Think of this. Alang, located in Gujarat, is the world's largest shipbreaking yard, handling over 50% of global ship recycling. It has dismantled more than 8,000 ships since its establishment in 1983, giving it the title of the graveyard of ships. Currently, India commands a 30% share of the global ship recycling market. As the nation's shipbuilding capabilities expand, this share could potentially double to 60%. Such growth is projected to substantially increase the industry's economic impact, potentially raising its contribution to GDP from $1.3 billion to $2.2 billion. Despite a coastline stretching for more than 7,000 kilometers, the 14th largest in the world, India still accounts for less than 1% of the global shipping business. With a current rank of 22, the country is setting ambitious targets to rank among the top 10 by 2030 and the top 5 by 2047. India, with its vast coastline and strategic location in the Indian Ocean, annually incurs $50 billion in freight costs for total trade. Currently, India's shipbuilding sector holds a mere 0.5% share of the global market, while giants like China, South Korea, and Japan collectively command over 90%. Greece, despite not being a major shipbuilder, owns the world's largest merchant fleet, controlling about 21% of global tonnage. India, in contrast, controls a modest 1.7%. The government's planned initiatives, such as the Ship Recycling Credit Note Scheme, aim to revitalize the shipbuilding industry. This policy, coupled with the development of major shipbuilding yards in states like Gujarat, Andhra Pradesh, and Odisha, is expected to develop the shipbuilding industry, which would boost our positioning as a global ship manufacturing hub. The ripple effects of a stronger shipbuilding sector will extend to ancillary industries, especially steel, which would see substantial demand growth. India's maritime history is a testament to its ancient prowess in global trade, with a network of thriving ports that was central to commerce and cultural exchanges across the world. The Harappan civilization utilized monsoon winds to establish extensive trade networks with West Asia, Southeast Asia, and beyond, solidifying India's role as a global maritime powerhouse. The discovery of ancient docks at Lothal, Gujarat, highlights India's long-standing expertise in shipbuilding and navigation. Moving into the Sangam period, circa 1st century BCE to 3rd century CE, Muziris on the western coast became a major hub for the spice trade, particularly black pepper. This port had strong trade links with the Roman Empire, the Middle East, and Asia. In the medieval period, India's naval strength was exemplified by the Chola dynasty, 9th to 13th century CE, whose powerful navy expanded trade routes across Southeast Asia. Their strength was so widespread that the Bay of Bengal was actually called the Chola Lake. Later in the 17th century, the Maratha Navy under Shivaji Maharaj secured India's western coast and disrupted European colonial powers. These developments highlighted India's strategic location in the Indian Ocean and its continued dominance in global maritime trade throughout the centuries. So till now, we've been able to establish that India has a rich history with its shipbuilding and also has a growing potential to be a leader in the shipbuilding industry. But how will India achieve such a monumental target? What are the steps being taken to make India a global power in the shipping and ports industry? Well, let's find out. Firstly, let's talk about the domestic ports in India. India's Sagarmala policy, launched in 2015, aims to revolutionize the country's maritime sector by enhancing port infrastructure, improving connectivity, and reducing logistics costs. By 2024, the Sagarmala initiative has seen significant progress, with over 800 projects identified involving an investment of around 5.5 lakh crores. The policy focuses on port modernization, port-led industrialization, coastal community development, and efficient evacuation to and from ports. In the 2024 budget, 700 crores was allocated specifically for Sagarmala projects, indicating the government's commitment to this initiative. Additionally, the program supports the blue economy concept, which emphasizes the sustainable use of ocean resources for economic growth. Secondly, let's talk about the government's IPGL. IPGL, or the India Ports Global Limited, plays a pivotal role in India's strategy to enhance its geopolitical influence and secure critical maritime routes in the Indian Ocean region. Established with the specific purpose of acquiring and managing overseas ports, IPGL is a crucial tool in India's broader maritime and strategic ambitions. After years of delays, IPGL finally signed a 10-year concession to operate 2 terminals on Iran's Chabahar port, which is also seeing big Chinese investments. And it also won complete ownership of the Sitwe port of Myanmar. Unlike in Chabahar, this is not a terminal, but the whole port is under IPGL. India is countering China's string of pearls through its necklace of diamond strategy by strategically acquiring and managing key ports through IPGL, creating a network to counterbalance Chinese influence in the Indian Ocean. Additionally, India is strengthening partnerships through initiatives like the Quad and naval exercises, bolstering maritime security. Economically and diplomatically, India engages with countries in the region, offering development assistance and investments as alternatives to Chinese projects, thereby building goodwill and diminishing China's influence. Thirdly, the Indian government has been actively developing its ports through modernization, expansion, and the establishment of new facilities. By 2024, 14 new port development projects were identified with an estimated investment of 1.7 lakh crores. Key initiatives include upgrading existing infra to handle larger vessels, enhancing automation for faster cargo handling, and third, improving hinterland connectivity through rail and road networks. Notable ports like JNPT, Mundra, and Chennai have seen significant capacity expansion. The Vadhavan port, located near Dahanu in Maharashtra, is a key project under India's Sagarmala initiative. Planned as a deep draft port with a 20-meter depth, it will accommodate ultra-large container vessels, boosting India's cargo handling capacity. This port is expected to handle 254 million tons per annum, reducing congestion at JNPT and Mumbai port. Jointly developed by JNPT and Maharashtra Maritime Board, it aims to enhance India's global trade competitiveness. Activism and vested political interests have delayed progress, but the project remains crucial for India's maritime infra expansion. Additionally, private sector participation has been encouraged, with companies like Adani Ports and JSW Ports playing a pivotal role in port modernization. These developments are part of a broader strategy to position India as a global maritime hub, reduce logistic costs, and increase the efficiency of export-import processes. Fourthly, India's new shipping policy under consideration in 2024 aims to significantly expand the country's maritime capabilities by focusing on fleet expansion, green initiatives, and industry reforms. The government plans to establish a new state-owned shipping company with a target to expand India's fleet by at least 1,000 ships over the next decade. This initiative is part of a broader strategy to capture a larger share of the global shipping market, which is expected to reach $400 billion in freight costs by 2047. The policy also proposes to remove custom duties on vessel components and warship spare parts, reducing costs for domestic shipping companies. With over 50,000 low-emission ships expected to be built worldwide in the next 30 years, India's shipbuilding market potential is estimated at $62 billion by 2047. This expansion could generate approximately 12 million jobs, significantly boosting employment and economic growth. India can herald itself as a global maritime superpower. This is Akshay. See you in the next one.